Hi, it's me, Tyler. Welcome back to Slightly More Milk. Fuck mooses.
Fuck mooses.
Yeah, we'll get into that right now. What?
No, I'm still shivering from that intro. It was creepy. Said it with this like weird plastered smile on your face. Hello.
There's nothing ominous going down here.
It was like a fucking hotel doorman that died 30 years ago. Hello, I'll show you to your room.
Oh, what happened to Mike? Mike died 20 years ago.
Who's Mike? The new kid at the desk. Who the fuck is Mike?
You know, the small black man with the raspy voice?
Yeah.
Yeah, take that out.
And we're back. Please don't make me work any more than I have to. Please.
So, yeah, I've crashed my car and moved out of my house in 7 days.
A lot has happened.
Yep.
It might explain why this episode is a little bit late, so we apologize for that.
Yeah.
Big boy week for Tyler.
Yeah, I've actually had to be an adult, and it sucks. Like, insurance claims blow.
Especially when you kill a large to medium to large animal with
It isn't about medium to large.
Yeah, that was just free meat. But the
I
car.
went to
moose meat. Tell the story.
No, so I was driving.
Instead of having us tell
and off the side of the road, I see a moose. I'm like, oh.
And luckily for us, I had just installed the blades in the front of the car. Tell you, I made fucking quick work of that thing.
chopped his legs clean off. Went back and just started choking the fucking thing out.
We don't endorse animal cruelty on the show, but
no,
anyhow.
I snapped his neck. It was a quick death.
No, you did not. Shut up, you fucking liar.
Like, call the cops. Oh, the cops will come and blow its head off.
No, I'll take care of it.
No. I got like a 1-inch blade. I can just start really going at the neck from. It might take a while, but I'll get at it.
Why does it have to torture the animal every time? Why can't it be a hilarious, humane death?
No, I tried to kill it quick. Just shove it through the eye straight into the
Actually, that probably would kill it pretty quick.
No, it kind of.
No, they have a fucking huge head.
But yeah,
so you hit a moose.
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock at night, and I was with my friend Maggie, and we were like, "You want to get like McNuggets?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want some McNuggets. Sounds good." So we go off to McDonald's. 2 minutes later,
Moosetown, USA, the McDonald's over there. It's unrivaled.
You know some moose nuggets?
If you dare.
Dude, they serve beer. It's great.
But yeah, so we're driving, and then a moose comes out of fucking nowhere. Like I didn't even have time to put my foot from the gas to the brake. It was like driving, moose smack.
Yeah, I believe it.
And then completely totaled my car. I made an insurance claim about it. And I went back to clean up my car yesterday, and it smells like dead, rotting flesh in there, and there's hair all over the windshield.
And I saw the video of
yeah!
shit streaking down the side of your car.
Fucking thing
the
blew out.
Absurd amount of shit.
It fucking emptied its colon when I hit it. All over my fucking car.
Just complete evacuation.
Yeah, it just... Like, I get it. You got hit going 3 miles per hour. I'd probably shit myself, too.
Yeah, you'd probably just die as well.
Don't blow your ass on my car, is all I'm saying.
Hey, you know what? It could have been worse. You could have been the moose.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, it'd be nice if the moose had insurance. It would have been great. It would have covered the duck.
Well, the moose had insurance. The
Yeah.
moose had insurance.
Yeah, he's just
but
dead.
Life.
Dead. That didn't matter. You fucking killed him.
You also ruined his McDonald's.
I didn't kill him.
What he didn't tell us is he hit it in the fucking drive-thru. Is he ordered his like medium latte at night with chicken McNuggets and the moose was like,
No, it was, can I get like a Big Mac? Hold up, is that a fucking moose? No, fuck you, moose!
It was just chilling in the parking lot.
It's
Moose, do you want anything?
Yeah.
No.
Cop comes. Thought we got rid of all those fucking dirty mooses in this town.
This fucking vermin. They just hang out in the parking lot. They breed in the pavement.
You call the cops.
Kind of like Hicks at Walmart.
You call the cops come, it's a moose. The cop is a moose.
You're gonna go to jail for
Welcome
life.
to the Twilight Zone.
That's son of a bitch, my cousin, motherfucker. But yeah, I didn't kill it. I actually just mortally wounded it where it broke its legs. I tried to get up and it'd fall back down to the ground. And the cop came and put a shotgun slug into its pistol. Just bam!
Into its pistol?
Yeah, it's like made for that.
For that.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So then, that was fun.
Yeah,
and then I get
really
I get an
fun.
insurance claim, and they took $1,000 of the value of my car because, ready for this?
Yeah.
There was coolant
Too
on
much
the
poop
engine.
on it.
No, there's coolant on the engine. But they said it happened before I hit a fucking 500-pound brick wall.
How would they determine that?
I'm making a claim and I'm fighting it right now.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So they're trying to fucking rope-a-dope me over here.
So they said that like
It's a tuck job.
So a critical part of your like engine is outside of where it should be, and the only way that can happen is from like severe trauma. And they're like, that happened way before this, even though there's no other damage.
Yes.
This engine is outside of the car, this probably happened before you hit the moose.
How have you been driving?
So they charged me. They took $300
That's another
off
thing.
that.
How have you been driving this whole time?
Rental.
Oh.
I have rental on my insurance.
No.
No, so
Your car. If your car was leaking fluid, how the fuck were you driving it without fixing it?
Absolutely.
Right.
So that part, and they charged me $300 because I lightly scratched around the ignition of my key from just going in all the time. So they said, "Us, we have a $300 fix."
$300.
That's why I'm contesting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, ride a horse instead. No,
Yeah.
ride a
Just
moose.
just
ride
Flintstone
moose
it.
instead.
No, moose
yeah.
are dumb and jump in
Flintstone
front of cars.
Fucking buy a car.
So-
Or go to like.
Yeah, so that I've been looking for a new car now, and salespeople are the devil.
Yes.
I went to a Kia store. I went to Kia yesterday.
Kia store.
Kia.
I went to the Kia store the other day.
No, I went to Kia, and I was like, my first day looking. I just want to test drive a car, and they're like, "Oh, let's just come in and run some numbers." So I'm like, okay, so what I'm looking for is $260 a month for 60 months, which is 5 years. And they go, "Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll just go talk to the boss, run some numbers, come back." So I heard what you said, but how does $319 a month for 60 years sound? I said, "Are you fucking listening to me?"
It's all well. That doesn't really sound close to
And
what
they're
I
like,
said
"I'm not
before.
looking." So he's like, "Okay, let me go back." Coming back, $289 a month for
my God.
5 years, $2,000 down, $260 a month,
$260
no
a month.
down,
Yeah.
5 years. Okay, so let's do that. I said, "I'm not buying a car though. Like, I don't want one." So what can we say to get you out of the car
He
here?
just wants you to
I
buy
don't
it.
want a fucking car.
What's his job, dude? I mean, we did that. We all did that.
I looked at him though. I said,
Not car salesman.
"No,"
Yeah.
but I was
Video
looking at him. I
games.
said, "You're wasting your time."
Yeah.
His manager came and was like, "Yo, there's like so many good deals right now." I'm like, "That's awesome. I don't want a car
Yeah,
right
I don't
now.
want a car.
I get it." So now I'm just gonna be test driving a shit ton of cars.
Are you looking for an import, or are you looking for like something that will like?
Not an import because it's like so expensive to fix if they break down. But my aunt did offer me a BMW with 80,000 miles on it for $8,500, which is like a smoking deal. But I just can't afford to like fix it if it breaks.
Yeah, I guess not.
But a BMW though, I get so many tickets all the time.
No,
that
you
thing is
would.
like a rocket ship.
I've always considered. I remember there was this BMW for like absurd low money. It was like $1,100.
That's not
when
bad at all.
Yeah, when I was almost 16, and I was like, "Am I on that car?" And like, fuck, man, I checked out the inside, and it was so totaled on the inside. Like everything allegedly ran, but it was so totaled. And at that time, I was like, I can fix that. Like, this can be something I can devote my time
Yeah,
to.
you're naive with hope in your eyes.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. Like I had even the slightest
Yeah.
like amount of hope, and then BMW. Try to fix a BMW. You're gonna be paying twice for the car, for the actual car. Wait, you're gonna be paying twice to fix it than you did for the actual car.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and $1,100, even more than that. It's ridiculous.
It is. If you see a good car for cheap, it's
Something's
too good to be true.
Yeah.
It's always too good to be
That's
true.
why I'm terrified if the Buick ever breaks.
Yeah. And like if you go to a dealership, you're not gonna get a good deal.
No.
Like there's a famous saying in car shopping is if customer service was pleasant, you got fucked. Like, it's true.
You're
Yeah.
not gonna get
if
it.
you had great customer service, they were fucking you up the ass.
Huh.
With it. So that's been super
kinda makes sense,
stressful.
actually.
Dude, look at my fucking thumb and me biting it all the time. Like the anxiety's been like crazy
Fucking
recently.
sucks.
Yeah, like, and then I moved out just because kind of a helicopter mother.
Right.
And I was like, I'm gonna take a break from this. I moved out, and actually, I just bitched and moaned to Allstate so many times. I'm serious. My rental is supposed to stop Monday, and now it's next Friday until they see what
Nice.
else is going on. If you trust me, people, you just bitch. You'll do it. They'll do
Yep.
whatever you want.
Yeah,
just
no,
complain all the fucking time
when
about
my
everything.
when the crash happened with the Buick and like the rental, they're like, "Yeah, you need to bring that back." And I was like, "No, you guys said that I have it until like the end of this weekend. You know, when the car's fixed." And they're like, no, could you just bring it back? Like it's due." I'm like, "No, it's not."
No.
Hey, ready? Here's a letter. Like,
Plus, like that's
Piss
what
off.
they fear is a bad review.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like at the end of the day, if you are satisfied, then like they're gonna keep their job, even if they didn't make as big of a sale as they thought they were
Well,
gonna do.
my mom also called her, and she goes through Allstate, and she called her agent,
boy.
who makes money off quotas and how much he makes it. And she said, "I'm taking off the house, all of our cars, all of our snowmobiles, everything, if you don't fix this." And she was like,
What?
all right, hold on."
No shit.
Yeah. My mom, when
Just come out with the big guns right away.
she's like, "Everything you have can be taken away."
just a gun to his head. Like, okay, you're gonna fix
swings
me,
her
or-
massive consumer dick.
No, my mom does like What else was it? She's like, oh, the $40 they have to go through the dealership. They're giving you that $40. They're not taking a fucking penny off that.
And she is tenacious with that.
She's
That's
like, how much is the car worth? $7,000. You're getting $7,000. I'm like, damn. Okay.
Absolute barter.
Yeah, no. My mom's got a fucking humongous cock. She whips around everywhere.
My dad's like, not in the humongous cock department, I don't know, but my dad's like that in the way of like bartering, but not as persistent.
He's nice about it.
Well, okay, he's like, and I kind of learned what I learned from him and applied that to the pawn shop job. Mm-hmm. He is ambivalent about it. He could care less if he gets a deal, but he wants to make you think that like you're getting a deal. And so he's like, all the Craigslist guys, he knows, come to the place with like what you want in cash.
That's what I'm doing.
And don't show all of it. Yeah. And he's like, I guess I'll try somewhere else. And very rarely do people be like, all right, and that's kind of rare, but like they'll be like, okay,
work.
But it does work sometimes, and they'll be like, okay, and then he'll call him up a little bit later and just like saunter in there, give him the deal that he wanted before, and like walk out with it. He's very patient with it, but that's a different tactic. Well, it's like, how about you give me the fucking deal now, or I castrate you in front of your family.
He goes for the long con.
My mom goes, everything I want, you're giving it to me right fucking now.
Or else.
I will make your life
with a capital E.
Fucking hell if you don't. And the thing I'm gonna do is go to the bank. Never do the interest and the money and shit through the dealership. They're gonna find a way to fuck you no matter what. If you go through a bank, I'm gonna go to the bank, get the $1,450 that I can afford, because that's roughly around $250 a month. I'm gonna get $14,050 on a fucking check and go, I want that car for this much. Yep. And they go, nope. Okay. Put it away. They're like,
you're like, that is a shame. Isn't
it? Then the salesman's like, oh, it's just right there. I don't even need to work.
His fucking fingertips are glowing.
I just think of your D&D character, like,
what?
Like trying to play, yeah. He puts his hand in his pocket and he's like, give me.
I had a Dungeons and Dragons character that was a goblin that had like, I think it was like cursed sticky fingers or something.
Just unsatiable need for money.
Yeah, so like he was for the most part neutral and like wanted to like hang out with everybody and do the whole questing thing, but the one thing that he couldn't get past was money, and not many times because the campaign didn't go long, but once or twice it really got us in a fucking problem because they're like,
yeah,
we're like,
the
okay,
first quest.
Yes, we have to go. The backup is on his way. I must loot the corpses.
No, this army coming in. I need the money.
So I had these fingers that like suckled all over the bodies and like.
It's like one finger would be in one pocket, and his other finger would be like grasping around the back pocket.
Cool. How many people helped you with this quest? Oh, it was just me. Here's your $10.
Oh yeah, that's right. We went to go to the guild after and turn in our quest, and they say, all right, how many people in the quest? I said it was just me. And like, okay, and they gave me all the money.
No, they just gave you 10 gold. It was gonna be 10 per person.
That's what I meant.
It's like you're like, no, but there was like 2 other people.
Too late now, buddy.
That was awesome. So I picked up Stardew Valley again recently.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is that good for you?
No, it's really like it's therapeutic and like it's good to like get back into.
Not how you play. I thought it was super stressful.
So let me tell you that like Stardew Valley we talked about before, but like RPG farming game that like you make your
farming simulator.
It's farming simulator. Yeah. It's got RPG elements.
It's all
farming simulator.
It's a farming simulator with.
It's got RPG elements, and like the big thing that I was gonna address is like the relationships with the different townsfolk. So, but at any rate,
it's also a dating sim.
It's not a dating sim.
You picked Emily, right?
Like I picked Emily because she's the best. She's cute. So
I've only seen Penny.
So once your relationship bar gets high enough with him, you can ask him to marry him. And for a while, I'm like afraid of relationship commitment in video games as well as real life.
You're broken.
I was just like leading this girl on with a diamond every day.
You're giving out diamonds?
I make infinite diamonds. At any rate, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. Like I picked the game back up. I should ask her to marry me. So
she's like, no.
I went to her house and she wasn't there, and I had the marrying amulet thing, and I realized she was at work
at the bar.
She's at the bar, and I was like, should I propose to this girl at work?
Were you actually thinking about it? She's a fucking character.
So I'd be like, I didn't end up doing it.
So what'd you do then?
I proposed to her like the next day or something. And it worked, and yeah, it's cool.
He got frightened. He went to the bar, got frightened, left, slept.
And she's like, I don't date pussies like you dare. It goes over like, that's not my character's name.
It's exactly. Wait a minute. It's exactly as unexciting as I would have thought it would have been.
And then she went from her house, and now she's in your house, and she still says the same things to you, right?
Yeah, pretty much. And you can give him a smooch.
Oh, okay.
That's like it.
Pixelated. 2D pixel smooch.
What happens if you don't okay, I did this every day, but every day I'd wake up, straight get out of my house, walk right over to the dog bowl, put some water in it for him, and go off.
Yeah.
Does it matter if there's water in it or not?
Yeah, that actually makes them like you more.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that in turn does not do anything.
Because the dog was going to do run away.
Yeah,
It's a dog.
Yeah, it just sits
Kills
there.
you in
I-
your sleep one
I
day.
abuse
It's
my
actually
dog.
a weird event.
I
that
abused
happens.
Kills you in your sleep.
I abused
If you throw enough rocks at your dog, it shits all over your crops.
Stardew Valley just isn't that realistic because there's no shame closet to put the dog in like I usually do.
Right. I just chuck mine on the other side of the fence. I can't get back.
Like when I get a kid, you just get a closet full of mirrors. Just look at your sins and slam the door.
You say that in a dark closet, and they're like, I don't get it.
I don't know what's happening. I can't see anything.
I'm a dog. I don't understand this
Can I come
level.
out now? I'm like hungry.
So you've been playing. Okay, so.
So, what about 9/11, Dan?
Oh, talking about.
Don't try and keep this going. Don't try to do this to us.
You already did that. Okay.
What was that? Still, what
Okay, I don't know. I'm getting goofy.
Slam the table. It's loud. Oh wow, that's loud. Tyler picks up the whole water bottle, touched the end of it to his uvula, and just tipped backwards. Just fucking rocked it right back there and downed about a half a bottle of water right into his
you
lungs.
guys thirsty?
I'm feeling the thirst.
Yeah, you go like this, and it's like half empty. You just suck it, dude.
Oh my god.
Just funnels it into his fucking throat like an animal.
Is that what you learned in the shame closet?
Now I learned how to masturbate quietly.
Because if you were loud enough, then whew, you're in trouble.
Going into the shame closet.
The shame closet for the shame closet.
No, then I get lashings.
It's just a wooden box where you stand in it, it's dark, but you can get lashed from behind. It's double.
Please,
double purpose.
please, Mom, I didn't go to the bathroom. The can is in there.
Find the can.
Just get shoved into the rafters.
Oh, God. Okay, dude, I'm fucking.
So,
I go to bed. I go to bed at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Wake up at 6 o'clock to go to work every day.
Cool. Daren, what did you want to talk about?
How about your feelings? I'm your friend.
You almost sound like my sleep
It's
schedule.
breaking down.
But no, so you know that talking about how you started up Stardew Valley, I just finished Spider-Man. Spider-Man. The other
I just
day.
finished getting pictures of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I finished it, and you know that really weird feeling when you beat a game or like you finish a TV show, and there's that really weird void, and you're like, what the hell do I do?
I run from it every day.
Yeah. Gotta fill it with other things.
No, because like you beat, like you just beat. I just beat Spider-Man, and the next day I'm like, what do I want to play? Like, fuck.
Well, so it's more about like having something to do.
Yeah,
or,
it's
like the story.
No, just like something to do.
Yeah.
Like I just beat Spider-Man the new game,
Yep.
and then it's like, all right, well, now what do I do?
But that's an interesting topic to like broach, and the other aspect is like developing a relationship with the characters.
Yeah.
I remember my prime example that you might remember is when I finished the last Avatar: The Last Airbender in high school.
Oh,
I was fucking depressed for like 2.5 weeks
Yeah.
because it was over, and like it was like what, 4 seasons or something.
yeah.
It wasn't
5?
5. Yeah, it wasn't obscenely long, but I was
Because
like
you had
still pretty.
because you had a season for every element that he learned.
Oh yeah, you're right. So
And then
and then
I-
one as a bonus, like a
Conclusion.
conclusion.
Then I think the last season, it might be 4. But I
Because you
think,
learned fire the last season.
yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even remember how good he is at it, but
He's not. He doesn't use it.
he's not very good.
Well, fire's kind of like destructive, and he's not really a destructive person.
Well,
right?
but the Avatar is supposed to master all of the elements so that they can be in harmony, so that none of them are they're all equally destructive. Well, I guess fire is definitely more destructive than any of the other ones, but
Because
Well, like, everything has balance. Like
I know that's the
well,
point. That's why
because
the
if you
Avatar
remember, he's like
exists.
he's like afraid of it because
Oh, yeah.
there was that one time I think it was in like the second season that they find this old firebender and he like tries to teach him.
Yep.
And I think he like burns Katara or something like that, and he gets terrified. And he doesn't use it until like the very end.
Like, what's
of the
more
show.
destructive though, like fire or like getting a fucking giant rock thrown at your head? Like that's like instant
Fucking-
death.
yeah,
But I
That's violent as fuck.
Just open the earth beneath him and just
but
You know
I
what's
think,
worse than die from fire? Drowning. Go on.
but I think it's because like he's looking at it as an aspect like you can still build, like you can still do something else with earthbending. Like you can make a wall, you can build stuff. Fire,
It's just destructive.
you're just gonna burn.
True. So, a waterbender. realistically, couldn't they just put a little ball of water and just wrap it around a guy's head and just slowly drown
Yes.
him where he stands?
Yeah.
Yeah, if they were talented enough, I suppose. But like, wouldn't that involve like trying like hold still while he's trying to fight back or whatever? Because like he's probably another bender. He's probably shooting fireballs at you. That probably sounds really hard to do to like keep it on his head.
It's a slow drown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, or could
You could probably just like instead just like force it like into his
Into it,
nose.
yeah, and just
right?
like shove it down his lungs. So
Yeah.
it gets
Yeah,
into
and
his
drown
lungs.
him
Yeah,
that way.
definitely.
They could make a really brutal airbender because it's a kid show, obviously.
Dude,
right? So
that's
they
the
can't-
ultimate like task, like hit force, right? Like that would be like the guards' assassins, is the waterbenders, because they would carry a little bottle of water with them everywhere, sneak around the shadows, doesn't make any noise, like toss it out, like right into the
Oh
nose,
yeah,
or into the mouth.
yeah, because all the waterbenders carry like a little flask that they
No,
like,
I
shoot
think-
out water.
Way more dangerous is airbender. They could just put a little air in your veins and you fucking get a heart attack and die.
How easy is it to get air in your veins?
Or you could couldn't you
That'd be
expect,
really hard
couldn't
to
you
do,
take the air in
wouldn't
their lungs and expand it and blow up their lungs?
yeah, I guess.
So
I
you
don't
could-
know.
you could
It's
just-
never
probably be-
expanded on.
They don't really cover this part of the show.
you could just go.
This is all deleted scenes material.
Oh, you airbender, don't breathe. You breathe in, king.
Yeah,
Done.
yeah.
And
Well,
there's no way they can find out if they died or not.
That's actually another good point. Airbenders probably have control of like air density and like the pressure in the air instead of just like where it goes, like the actual air itself.
Well, yeah,
they probably have control of like the
Because
Yeah.
I think everybody can
compression
see
and expansion.
it. Like when he does his airbending thing, I think everybody can see it
But
as
what I-
well.
What I
Did
don't
they
like.
see it in the movie? The show.
Are we
movie?
really going about the movie?
I have to ask.
No, but I
never
really
watched
what
it
I-
on purpose.
What I don't get though is there's water,
Do they see it in the movie?
earth,
I don't know.
water, earth, and water are the main ones, but there's no air culture, right? There's no air like
Yeah, it's
city and
destroyed.
stuff.
Because that's why he's the last
Yeah.
airbender.
But airbenders can do all of them.
No,
No.
only the Avatar.
He,
can.
I don't think, if I remember originally, he was supposed to be the Avatar.
No, he was.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
I
and
thought
that's
he
why-
was supposed to be the Avatar because he was the only person who knew
No,
airbending anymore.
no, he was.
Oh, and then
and
he
he
got
ran
sealed away.
away.
Yeah.
So
He didn't get sent away. He ran away.
No,
'cause
he got sealed away.
who
yeah,
destroyed
he-
the air
well,
ones
he's-
with the fire?
Got
God.
sent away.
Did Fire Nation destroy the airbenders?
Yes.
And then everything
Because-
changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Yeah.
Oh, but it was just the air people though. They didn't attack.
No,
the
they
water
attacked
or-
They
everyone.
attacked everyone.
But how come just air destroyed? Like that was their main focus.
How are you gonna fight fire with air?
You drown
You
out
just
the
make
fire.
it. You make it.
But
We make
you
it-
can
oh, yeah, I
you can
guess you
feed it though.
True.
But the Fire Nation, if I remember correctly, they attacked them because they didn't want another Avatar. Because
an avatar can only be airbenders.
no, because it goes in a cycle. So it goes. So Aang was the air avatar from the airbending tribe, and then it
Previous
goes
one was,
water,
Earth.
then earth, then fire. Because the last one before Aang was fire
fire.
from the Fire Nation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That sounds awful. That's like so effective.
Having the Avatar be from the Fire
yeah,
Nation.
like just evil
Plus, that's the other
dude.
thing. They weren't prepared for war at all, so no wonder they got wiped out.
Yeah,
but how could
they're
Fire Nation
monks.
ever-
They were just monks.
Yeah, they're just
How could
monks.
Fire Nation ever take over Water Nation?
They don't.
No,
They,
I don't think they
I don't
do.
think they do. They're like the last one to actually like take over. Like
Like, oh, let's burn apart this city made of water.
The guy, I like to imagine, like Zuko, if he was in control, like laughing maniacally, like ah, like surveying his landscape, and just like a couple of fire pits because they just got put out.
yeah, like, damn.
Sir, this isn't working. No, burn them more.
his grandpa.
How do you beat water?
he-
More fire.
More fire. Everyone's just playing cards and skinning
Yeah.
fish, and it's just like stop. Fucking, there's so much mist. That's what this. The whole thing is just steam.
But yeah, because the Avatar is supposed to
Everyone's just
unite.
mad relaxed.
Everybody, the Avatar is basically supposed to like unite the world.
Oh, okay.
So the last Avatar, I don't remember his name, but from the Fire Nation was like he was good. He was a good guy. He united the world. He disappeared. Then it went into unrest. Aang is selected to be the next Avatar. His people die. Then he gets sealed away down in the South Pole.
I don't remember.
Yes, the
Somewhere.
thing of the South Pole because he ran away because he didn't want to be the Avatar. He was like scared or something,
Pussy.
and then he got frozen.
Pussy. Afraid of
And that was like
responsibilities.
100 years.
Yep.
100 years, yeah, 100 years afterwards.
How was he still a boy? You know what I'm saying?
He was frozen.
Oh
No,
boy.
he'd cryogenic stasis.
I don't know, magic.
I don't know, dude.
So in the end,
in a world where magic exists.
so in the end, was
Is
there
it
more
bending
airbenders
magic?
again? Did airbenders come back,
I don't know.
or they just completely
well,
eradicated?
Well, I never watched Korra, so I have
yeah,
no
I
idea.
watched a little bit of Korra. I started
What?
to.
Is it that bad?
It's not bad at all. I know that it is good, but I don't like it because it's like modern, and
I heard the first season is meh, but then like the rest of the seasons are like pretty good.
That's what I heard too. It's modern, and the old characters not in it, and like I said, wicked depressed after it all ended.
Oh, so you like the characters more than the actual story and the world that it was in?
I like the story in the world too, and that changed significally in the next season.
Yeah, because things evolved since Toph learned about metal bending. There's a whole bunch of metal benders now, and like everything became more industrialized.
Yeah,
if
I think it's
correctly.
Like there's like
the Earth
horse-drawn cars.
Yeah, like the Earth, like the Earth Nation is like a huge industrial zone or something like that.
Yep.
Isn't but that boomerang guy always annoyed me.
The boomerang guy
with the mohawk.
Sokka?
Yeah.
Really?
Did he become better character throughout the shows?
Yeah, Sokka's redeemable. He's great.
He was kind of annoying in the beginning.
No, he was great in the rest of the show.
Oh, he was. So he was supposed to be annoying in the beginning?
Yeah, he was supposed to be like the guy struggling with his inadequacy and just like wanted to be a big hero.
So he was basically who's the most useless character in Dragon Ball Z? Which not hey
Krillin?
Bulma?
No, the other guy.
Nobody likes. No, she's
Yamcha. Yamcha. So he's like the Yamcha.
Well, actually, Yamcha I heard got some things in Super, and Tien fell by the wayside. But
Tien was always boring.
Tien has the fucking third eye though.
Yeah.
So cool. Could kill anybody.
He can't kill anybody.
I know. That's not true at all.
I heard in Super he gets
regardless of power level.
Frieza came and just dad dicked him.
Yeah. I heard in Super like Tien gets like he hits 2 people throughout the whole show, basically.
Calm down there, Tien.
Well, I think it was in a movie where he had to keep somebody subdued by just continuously using his tri-beam cannon.
Well, he did that to Cell for a little bit, if you remember. Because Cell's like, come at me.
Movie.
Yeah, probably. But if you remember at the Cell saga, Cell's like, oh, what are you going to do? And he just fucking annihilates Cell.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Fuck!
Uses everything. That was fucking huge. And Cell Saga was the best. If we're talking about Dragon Ball Z for a very brief period of time. Buu Saga also extremely good.
Like Majin Buu, or Majin Vegeta was badass.
Majin Vegeta was badass.
Yeah, was badass.
Vegeta has always been a badass character.
Yeah, but he's just never better than Goku, ever.
Yeah,
that's the point.
Goku's
I know, but it's so frustrating
because he's supposed to be the rival character, but Vegeta is a better character in general.
Well, isn't that true? With everything, always the most powerful. Like I can do better. It's just always the most boring character in every single show.
I don't know. Deku's okay. I like Deku.
Deku's pretty intolerable. I mean, he's wholesome, but he's kind of annoying.
He's like one of the most powerful guys in the universe, and he can't talk to a female.
He's not powerful.
He's not the most powerful yet, but
he will be.
Yeah,
he doesn't need a whole.
No, he can't watch the last season. He can't watch the newest season because he doesn't want to watch.
Dubbed is not always bad.
No, I will agree with that, but you can just watch it.
I only watch sub for One Punch Man.
I ain't gonna hear it. I don't even want to hear it.
Look, let's be honest though, One Punch Man is better than that show.
Strictly as a...
Well, obviously everything's subjective, but I thought...
As far as like production value and effort, yeah.
Is One Punch Man
creativity.
Is One Punch Man like one of the most like highly productive... Obviously, Attack on Titan takes everyone by like miles and miles.
That's been blowing me away recently.
It's
been
ridiculous.
So what the fuck.
They put so much goddamn money into that anime. Usually it's like, we got like $20 in the Starburst. We'll pay you. I'll try to like mash.
Well, the newest season has the most money that it has ever had, and you can tell.
Right. Derek might take this out. But, like, they make all their money from, like, impoverished, like, Asian dudes. Like, they have, like, 80 of them just nonstop drawing all the time.
Yeah, there's no reason to say that.
We need...
Nice, Tyler.
I'm just saying. They're, like, they work, like, 90 hours. And do you know in Japan...
It's not true.
Do you know in Japan, though, there's a thing where, like, people, like, workmen just pass out on the streets and you just let them, like, take a little power stress nap?
Okay, so...
Yeah,
what you're trying... I thought you were describing was like a slave shop.
No, I'm just saying they just believe in work.
No, that's totally true.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty brash way of putting it, but like...
As always.
No, overwork in Japan is a huge issue. People
it's a huge problem over there.
Also, death rate's more than birth rate, which is insane to think
That's
of.
been happening for a while now.
Yeah,
this is kind of weird.
They just need white trash to put United States flags off of.
Yeah, they don't need any more of what we have going on over here. I'd like to kind of say all our Japanese listeners, we're not coming over there, don't worry.
Do you know our healthcare, we pay 3 times more than the second person? But we're 26 in healthcare. Like,
I think we talked about this, didn't we?
No, it was on Reddit today.
Oh.
where I get.
Oh, I
What was
thought-
it though?
I-
No, I mean, talk
go
about it.
on.
We pay 3 times more per person for healthcare, and we're 26 in healthcare like quality.
Oh yes.
It doesn't
But we pay
surprise
3
me.
times more than anyone else. Even
Yeah.
second is France.
That doesn't really surprise me. And
Yeah, because it's a private thing. It's for profit.
You can go bankrupt from being hurt.
Yeah.
That's not your fault.
Well, because over here, isn't it for profit? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of for-profit.
There's for-profit
hospitals.
prisons in the United States.
the for-profit hospital is for like when fucking Tom Cruise subs his toe and like gets to the hospital
Yeah.
on time. Like, think about like the unsubsidized. That sounds the right word. Anyhow, the healthcare everywhere else where it's free is like go there, wait for 4 hours to
Yeah.
even if you're in the emergency room. Like you wait here while you're in the emergency room. I've been to the emergency room a lot more times in the past 5 years than I have been in my entire life. Never waited more than 45 minutes.
Would you rather have that or waiting
Yeah.
longer and not paying for like $500 a piece every time you go out?
I know.
You
So I mean, I'm not saying it's better.
True.
Am I saying it's worse? Yeah, I guess a little bit, given how expensive it is.
You know what's really nice though is free schooling, secondary schooling in some other countries.
Mm-hmm.
That just blows my mind. But there is cool. There's like a lot of countries where you have to work in the military for like a year. Or something.
Yeah, a lot of Middle Eastern countries have that.
That's
I
pretty
think
cool.
Israel is like one of the most.
Israel definitely.
Is one of the most.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Yeah, that doesn't
Well,
make sense.
Sorry, we didn't mean to fucking.
I was
blow
going
you
to
out of the
say-
water. That's so rude.
No,
I didn't
no,
finish. I was going to say I think Israel is the most prominent
I
one.
believe
Like if you had to pick one, I know that you had to do it in Sweden as
Yeah,
well. Or
because
something.
that's from Sleepy Cabin. We talked
Mostly
about that.
Europe. Well, Spain too.
Oh,
Spain
yeah,
is
Spain.
mandatory military service, but it's not what you think. My professor in college did it, and he's like, I think I ran 20 miles the whole time, and like just kind of hung around and learned how to. Didn't even learn how to shoot a gun. Just learned how to like use a knife.
Spain's been giving me a really hard time recently.
Was that?
Yeah, it's because like, the Republic of Spain overthrew Spain, and they just would not let me send them soldiers as
Oh
Italy.
my god,
Oh,
are you
you're
still
killing
talking
me.
about that goddamn video game?
No, it's World War II. It's history.
Okay, it's not history, it's fiction. You're making it up as you go.
All the AI though does exactly what they did in history.
So I've heard. It's Hearts of Iron, right?
yes,
Yeah. I think Cody's been playing it too.
Cody and Andrew have been playing.
And
it
this
again.
seems like a game where you have to like have an encyclopedia for it as you play.
There's an encyclopedia in the game.
yeah.
Makes a lot of
Yeah,
sense.
It's like Civilization.
Oh,
But
yeah,
it's,
right.
I would say it's. I was trying to play Endless Space, I think it's called.
Yep.
Or Endless Legend.
One of the endless games.
Those games are way more confusing than Hearts of
Yes,
Iron
they
4.
are.
Mm-hmm.
Hearts of Iron 4, once you get, it's like, okay, I get this now. Like, this other one is like, you gotta do this for
Super
this.
grand
And
strategy.
the research stuff is like, they don't tell you really what you
Yeah, no, they
exactly
don't
get.
tell
They
you
say,
anything.
This does this. And they go, okay, but how do I get to that?
Find out.
Do it.
Look it up.
Yeah. Do you remember playing Baldur's Gate
Yes.
for the PC?
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate was a
I played it.
isometric. Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Isometric D&D simulation game.
Yeah, it runs off of D&D rules where everything gets rolled, the same as how Knights of the Old Republic played.
If you think about it,
Ex-
Divinity's kind of like that too.
Yeah.
Except so much more like D&D like.
Yes.
Because of the like unidentified items or whatever. Like unidentified monster, like what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like run away, kill it. I think we tried to kill the first monster we seen. We got our fucking asses handed to us.
I think it was like the first bigger guy because I
First
think
bigger guy.
we
We
killed
killed
like little bugs.
Yeah, a couple of
and all
bugs.
that.
We did
And then,
handle the ants pretty well.
We did
actually.
handle those ants,
Now that I
but I
remember
think
it.
it was like a goblin or something like that, and we're like, oh, we can fight it.
Some knoll.
Yeah, we can fight it. This is a beginning of an RPG. Oh.
Just got shit stomped and I think we shut it off because it was really, really hard.
Speaking of that, you know what game is completely like no one talks about and it needs to? Maximo. No one ever brings that game up anymore.
Oh,
Makes sense because I
Maximum?
don't know what that is.
Oh,
For PS2?
it's a yeah.
Oh, you gotta give it a try sometime, dude. It's so
PS2.
good. Yeah, it's
There's
awesome.
there's 2 games on the PS2, and it's actually related to the what's Ghosts and Goblins. It's in that
it is?
universe.
Oh, it
yeah.
makes sense when you get
Ghosts
hit.
and goblins.
Yeah, when you
The
have,
NES game
Yeah,
with
the graveyard stabby one.
yes, and
yeah, I
then
played that.
in Maximo, it
Hard.
makes sense because when you get hit with armor on, all your armor falls off
Yeah.
your underwear.
Yeah,
Really?
but
Yeah.
it's in the same universe as Ghosts and Goblins, the
I'll have to
old
look that up.
NES game where you play as King Arthur.
Is it a side scroller?
No,
it's a
Maximo is
3D
like a
platformer.
3D platformer.
Cool.
And it
It's-
is
it's actually
fucking
really fun.
Cool.
Like this, yeah, it's cool.
It's never gonna get remade though.
Why?
I don't know.
Spyro
Just-
can.
Spyro can because Spyro is the
Spyro's
first.
a lot more known than that.
Purple dragon,
speaking of
This is
Spyro,
a fucking stupid purple dragon.
speaking of Spyro and how it's like a first Sony developed game, did you guys hear about the PlayStation Classic coming out?
Yeah, when your PS3 is a PlayStation Classic, you can just put any PS1 game into it.
What's the point of it?
It's like the NES Classic, that's SNES Classic, and all that.
So
You buy
the looks.
well, you buy it for $100 and you get 25 preloaded games on it.
Hey, yeah, why not?
They
Is it
have-
Is
PlayStation 1 or
Medieval in it?
PlayStation 2?
I don't know. They showed off 5 games. It's like
Obviously, like
Final Fantasy. I can't remember the other ones,
It's-
but like
what's that racing game where you can like kill people and stuff?
Twisted
Carmageddon.
Metal.
No,
Carmageddon.
Twisted
Twisted
Metal's gotta be
Oh.
one of them.
Carmageddon is a racing game where you kill people. Twisted Metal is the original Fortnite.
Oh, it's like a battle royale.
It's a battle royale.
True,
That's
yeah,
what it
good-
is.
Good point.
I fucking love Twisted. So is this the PS Classic is PS1 or PS2?
PS1.
Yeah, played a lot of Twisted Metal for the PS1.
I played a
Really good game.
lot. I grew up
Well,
playing
they
the
had
PlayStation
they
1
had
stuff.
Twisted Metal Black.
Nostalgia Hour.
They had
Twisted Metal
Black.
Black was a.
Really?
Yeah,
Isn't that the
I didn't
PlayStation
like
2
it.
game?
Yeah.
Is that the PlayStation 2 one?
Yeah.
I'm sure some people liked it. I did not.
Didn't make a PS3 Twisted Metal too?
Yes.
Didn't they
Probably.
Try to bring
Yeah.
that back
No, I didn't play it though.
because you could play Sweet Tooth in the All-Star game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
PlayStation All-Stars,
The
which
Fight
wasn't
Smash
a
game.
bad game.
Yeah,
It's
dude, we
bad.
played
It's
it.
bad.
A Super Smash Brothers clone for PlayStation, like branded PlayStation.
Well,
I don't
thinking
know.
about it, that would have been good. Just the way that they did it, it was bad.
Yeah.
I don't think the character selection was.
It wasn't great.
Like,
Guess what? There's 2 cool characters. There was Raiden.
and the Big Daddy.
I was gonna say Dante, but guess
There's
what? It's
3
the
big
bad
characters.
Dante.
Yeah, it's the fucking emo Dante.
Yeah.
So there's still two cool characters. Big
Yeah.
Daddy's sweet. I just feel
Medieval.
like the cat. Yeah,
I said that.
He was neat. That was a really good pick, as long as Ape Escape.
the cast was not nearly as iconic as like any
Yeah.
of the other games. I didn't feel like I should main anyone. I didn't feel like I should play it first of all. But like, something about the game didn't grab me. It kind of seemed like because those. Yeah, okay, here's what it boils down to. Those characters are not easily identifiable as Sony. If you looked at them and say, what does that make you think of? What company made that? Like, nobody's going to say Sony. Like, you look at Mario, Luigi, Peach, etc., etc.
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
Nintendo. It's
Yeah,
obvious.
well, I mean, they've been.
And Sonic is obviously Sega.
If
Yeah.
you think of Master Chief, you think of Xbox.
Huh?
If you think of
But
Master
guess-
Chief, you think of Xbox.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But
But
guess what?
that's a lot
Sony
more.
didn't
Gears
have.
of War did that a lot better, too, for the
Good point.
Xbox.
Good point.
But guess what? Sony in that game didn't have like any of their old PlayStation Classic guys. Like they didn't have Crash. They didn't have a Spyro.
Yeah, so what the fuck?
They didn't
like,
They had
have.
Ratchet and Clank though, didn't they?
Yeah,
Compared to Crash and Spyro and
but
like...
they came in the PlayStation 2 and like they yes were popular, but
It wasn't PS1.
it's not like because PlayStation 1, yeah, Crash and Spyro were the 2 mascot characters for Sony.
Pretty much. And Jack and Dex. No, that was PlayStation
That's
2.
Jack was in there as well, which was kind of neat, but it was like Jack 3, so it was like the weird edgy.
Weird,
Jack.
edgy, silent one. No,
Yeah.
he was always silent. No, he's talked in the
He
second
talks
one.
in the second and
That's what
third
it
one.
was.
He's silent in the
Oh,
first
silent.
one.
Course, I
I've
got it
never
backwards.
played Jack and Dex.
They're
Really?
pretty good.
They're very good. I had a
the-
really, really good time playing those when I was a kid.
I really like 1 and 2. The third one is okay in my book.
What game did you guys play the most?
The third one is
PS2?
more like GTA than anything.
Yeah.
It's very weird. What'd you
On
say?
the PlayStation
What game did you
2.
guys play the most PS2? I can't even remember.
For PlayStation 2...
Guitar Hero 3 I played the fuck out of.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. PlayStation 2, I played a lot of NBA.
NBA?
Yeah, like all the NBA
Ah.
games.
I played a lot of Resident Evil 4, Metal Gear 2 and 3, and Final Fantasy 10.
I played a lot of.
Oh, wait, not NBA. I was thinking PS3. I'm sorry.
Talking about NBA Street,
No,
or whatever, the really
Yeah,
like
okay,
the
yeah,
cartoon,
yeah, NBA
like
Street.
the characterized one, which was really actually fun and
It was
just
very good
Yeah.
as far as a freestyle gameplay.
it
Basketball
was like
game
it was like 3-on-3.
I
It was
played-
just
I
fun
played
and
I only
fast.
played NFL Street.
I keep thinking of the games I played. I mostly played GameCube games like WarioWare and Smash.
I
and
played
Mario
mostly
Sunshine and
mostly
shit.
Xbox.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, I
never
was a
had an
Sony
Xbox.
guy.
Yeah, never had an Xbox. Wow, we got 3 of the representatives.
Yeah, I've been an
at the table
Xbox guy like forever, just playing. I played a fuck ton of Halo, like a
Yeah.
ton of Halo.
When I was, like, 12, going over to my buddy's house in Concord to play Halo 2 on his Xbox was like just the fucking coolest thing. I was like, I love this game. Like, I want to get this game so bad. Saved up so much money for an Xbox 360. And yeah, played it
Have
lot
you
more.
guys ever heard of the guy called it's like Naked Jake or something like that? You ever heard of that guy? He's on YouTube.
Talking about the naked guy that runs around the town?
No. Oh, sorry. But he was talking about how big Halo 1 and 2 were, like, in, like, the gaming universe back when they said Halo 2 was, like, one of the most hyped things coming out, like,
that has, like,
games has ever seen.
One of the, like, one of the most lackluster endings.
Yes, because they couldn't finish it. But, like, if you think about it, that's how matchmaking started and shit like that. And, like,
what do you mean? Oh,
like
with Halo,
that's like how it like blew up. Like Unreal Tournament and shit. Like Halo 2 like
blew
up.
Well, on console, yes.
Yeah.
Because there was also like the old Call of Duties, which I played the Call of Duty 3 online on the PlayStation 2. It was really weird.
It's not like Call of Duty 3 had online.
Yeah, it had an online capability, and it was like class-based.
You don't
like
think
Battlefield.
You don't think of online on PS2 though. When you think Xbox, the original Xbox, you think, I'm playing Halo with my friends and shit like that.
I never played it online.
Oh, God,
I never
Halo
played the
so
original
good.
Xbox
Halo's
online.
really
I used because I think you still had to pay for Xbox. You had to pay for a
Xbox
it was like $10 a month.
Yeah, and
like
I was like, I'm 10. I don't have money.
Yeah.
So Sony was free.
I was thinking back though, like what are like so it went like because you have Fortnite now that is like the game.
Yeah.
You have back before that it was MOBAs were like the game.
Yeah.
And then you had Call of Duty, which
Call of Duty
reigned for so many years.
Following Halo and that matchmaking.
Yeah, Halo.
Shadow
Then Halo. But what was
of.
before Halo?
Huh?
What was before Halo that reigned?
That reigned
Before
like a genre or a game?
No, like when you thought game, everyone's like, "Oh, are you playing that Halo console?"
Before Halo was people getting their fucking minds blown by 3D graphics.
Yeah,
because
like Mario
it goes
64.
Mario 64,
Mario,
and then, like,
Final Fantasy
Final
7,
Fantasy and shit. That was the era of people like getting blown away that you could do that.
I'm thinking like one game that
there
was
wasn't
massive.
a big, or at least I can't remember, but there wasn't like a big
like a console seller. You got that for that. Like Wii Sports kind of fucking console seller. Like Halo, Wii Sports, Fortnite now is not a console seller, but it's like gigantic.
I can't tell what you're asking at all. Do you want a genre? Do you want a game?
No, I want a game.
console?
I want a game that absolutely reigns supreme for so many years.
Because back then,
Melee back then didn't reign that supreme. That was not that huge back then.
Well, that's still during the Xbox era that you're talking about.
I would say Halo was bigger than Smash back then.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
That reigned over.
Well, I was
They
gonna
weren't in the same
say.
era.
I was gonna say.
At all.
Like I was going back via generations. So 360, Xbox.
Yep.
Probably Mario. I wasn't alive when Mario was back.
Well, yeah, that was because everybody with the NES till like the PlayStation was like, "Oh, you playing on the Nintendo?" Because the Nintendo was the only system. Sega rivaled them, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were the competitor, and then Sony came about. So then there was the Sony, Nintendo, and the Sega games. Then Sega died, and Xbox came up. Because Sega made the Dreamcast and it failed.
Do you think they make too much money now? Where Sony Xbox is just going to be alive forever now? Like, do you think they'll die?
Xbox hasn't made a cent. Microsoft has not made a cent off of Xbox's division.
Yes, because they had to make up for their awful intro to this generation.
Well, not even this generation. Like last generation, they didn't make a cent either.
But Sony didn't make that much off PS3.
They made okay money.
I know they had some serious issues with everything.
Well, it was because it came out later and it was more expensive.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
That was basically the most, really the only reason. But for 360, because you remember the big fiasco
it
was
super hard to make for PS3 games too.
Yeah.
That's what people saying. People saying
I think
it was a lot harder to make PS3. The PS3 ports were like terrible. Never trying to play Skyrim on PS3. You guys ever try to do that?
Oh yeah,
awful, terrible port.
Yeah, right when it came out, that's what I got it for.
Oh shit, really? That sounds like a terrible experience.
I didn't like it at first.
Yeah,
I got it for PC later, and was like, "This is cool."
This game actually works. This is cool.
Because you remember what happened with the 360 with like the Red Ring of Death
fiasco,
and Microsoft is like, "We'll fix it. Don't worry, just send it back." They didn't make any money off of it because of that.
I went through like 3 Xboxes.
And did you really?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I went through like 3.
I went through 1 because anytime I get I get a console, I buy a skin for it, and I buy a nice little stand, and I put it right there, and I keep it there for the whole fucking time, and don't let my cats knock it over. I take care of my consoles so hard. All of my every console I've ever owned still works.
Gee, that's easy for you to say. My parents are divorced. I had to bring that thing every week with me to a new house.
But I still brought mine to like my buddy's house, like to play LAN or whatever. Because I got an Xbox.
Oh,
I've
destroyed.
I have a shit ton of siblings, so that thing moved.
Yeah,
I've destroyed.
I guess I'm not an only child.
Yeah, but like you have one little brother.
Yeah.
I've destroyed.
Then I have multiple.
Is the only one who uses my Xbox One right now? Just him.
I don't. Well, actually, my Xbox One broke, but I never touched that. Like once I got my PlayStation 4, I did not touch that.
The only thing I play anything off of is Xbox One. Like sometimes PS, I do my PC for like RTSs and shit like that, where you need a PC, and I play the PS4 for the console only, so like Spider-Man, Until Dawn. But Xbox One, everything. Like, that is just what I use to play games. I love the UI and how it feels like on the home screen.
It's pretty snappy.
And that's why I like it. I think it's better than the PS4
Windows
home screen.
Well, actually, no. I think they changed it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Because it used to be just Windows.
But it's just like it's just so smooth, and I know the like PS4. I don't play it as much, so it's my fault. But the UI doesn't feel as good.
The UI is kind of clunky because you have to sometimes go through menus to get to what you need. I will say that Xbox has a better like UI on the dash.
Yeah, I like the dash.
But they don't have anything to like that would make you want to buy an Xbox.
I get it. But without the console thing, it's mostly preference. Like PS4 has some games that run better on it, but it's mostly you're getting the same game most of the time. Nowadays.
But the ports are basically the same. But you buy a PlayStation 4 because they have all these exclusives that make you want. They have the Spider-Man game. They have the Persona
I do
games,
prefer the Xbox controller over PS4
that's
too, though.
Perfectly fine. That's also preference.
What about you? What's your preference?
I have not.
You just use mouse.
Yeah, just like I don't have any like I no longer have a foot in that ring, which is so weird to me because for the longest time
exactly.
It was like get home from school and like play Modern Warfare 2 for like 2 hours, 3 hours.
Dude, there's some fucking nasty people in that game.
Wow. Talk about a toxic community. Like I think I
was talking about just skill alone in the game.
And that's like the other thing too is I was like that kid and like I was like
you're disgusting at that game.
Yeah, I was like I wasn't good at the actual game really, but I was like trick shotting. I was always into that. And like so I became so accustomed to this Xbox controller, this Xbox 360 controller that I wrote papers about in school about like how much better it was than like the PS3. I had a PS3 first, so I played Call of Duty 5. But like now consoles are like such a weird, unfamiliar like thing for me.
That's
not
odd.
so much the controller because I still use the Xbox One controller for my PC. Yeah. Really comfortable. It's really great.
But it also just plugs right in, which because Microsoft also makes basically all PCs.
It's the little wireless thing is great.
Yeah.
But like the concept of like loading a game that I would like never play and like putting it on like the TV, like playing Call of Duty with my friends at UNH is like so weird to me because like I no longer have the skill to do it and like I'm using a controller looking at the TV and like it doesn't make sense to me anymore. Like I would rather like sit in front of the PC, use the mouse and keyboard.
I can't because I'll be playing like do this. I'm like keyboard and we just
well, I mean,
it just
you have to learn where the keys are.
And like I'll take just laying in bed and just playing like on my giant screen with like
you
Xbox.
lay down when you play games?
Oh, all the time.
I cannot do that.
I don't lay down. Yeah. I like sit and then use the walls for the like on my back.
Oh, so you just
sit. You just sitting.
Okay, I don't.
That's what
I'm not like
we from Earth usually call that sitting.
Well, like I was thinking like you're laying on your stomach and looking up at the TV playing,
kicking your legs behind you, listening to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's how I used to play video games for years though.
I had
this small little SpongeBob TV with the 3 prongs in the front, like little PS2 in, and I'd sit like on my belly just playing video games, and I'd play it like that forever.
Man, that's nostalgic
with the TV on the floor and like fucking just like huddled around it, just playing.
That brings me right back,
and then it's nighttime. You don't wake up your parents, so you put the blanket over the TV and you put it in like.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
I could never like lay down and play a game. I don't know why, but so like I grew accustomed to like viewing a TV from a really because until we got like a really big TV, was just a normal like a under 32 inches like CRT.
I've never had a TV under 32. I'm just spoiled.
Were your CRTs?
Really?
Actually,
Your
No.
old.
no.
Come
No, you're right.
on. Are you
You're right. No, you're right.
serious?
The old SpongeBob one was fucking tiny.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like maybe it was 32 inches, but I remember because I like the couch is on the wall, TV's on the other wall, so I just grew accustomed to like viewing things.
See, that's
from a
crazy
really
because
far.
as a kid, it'd be like that. I'd be like, yeah, fuck that, and I'd go up to the floor and get right in front of it and
Right
play
in
like
front
that.
of it, really?
Yeah, I never.
Surprised you don't wear glasses, dude.
Yeah,
See-
I have perfect.
See, when I
20/20
went to
vision
go
still.
like to friend's house and they didn't like all grouped around the TV.
oh, God.
I'm like sitting back on their couch playing the game.
You know what game I played a lot? Tony Hawk Underground. I played that game
game's
so
great.
goddamn
I love
much.
those games.
Can I just create an image of you going to your friend's house?
Yeah.
You walk in the door with your extension cord and your controller. They say, all right, we're playing Mario Party. Yeah, just plug this in.
Yeah.
Run it out out the window. All right, go. I can see you.
Yeah. How do you not have perfect what people can see from 20 feet? I can see from 50. This is the optimum eyes.
This is
in
the
a human being.
ideal evolution of the male human eye.
What are
The human
binoculars?
eye.
Who needs binoculars? That shit lessens what I can see.
You know
Daren
how
just
Legolas
secretly
just-
lives in a bumpkin ass town with fucking with X-ray eagle vision.
He goes to a movie theater, just on the way back. I can't see shit, man. It's fucking way too
Daren
close.
was like, did you see that? And they're like, no, nothing happened. I'm like, oh no, I'm talking about the next movie theater over. That was fucking wild.
I'm sitting up like by the projector, like at the back of the projector room, and watching.
Yeah, if I don't know, man. If I go too close to the TV, I can see through walls.
It's got this fucking, that's why I'm surprised you don't have it. When you sit close to the TV, you get X-ray vision. It fucking X-rays your brain.
No, but yeah, my eyes are fine. They don't get strained. I think like I could play video games, and I couldn't like if I have a girlfriend and they play like
If I have a girlfriend,
they switch. No, but my ex-girlfriend would be like, "Oh, it strains my eyes. Like I don't blink, my eyes dry out." I'm like, I could blink for 4 hours, not blink once and be fine. out of years of practice, since I've been 9, I don't fucking blink. There's a picture of me in diapers.
And I'm not blinking in the picture. I haven't blinked since that photo. Not even once.
No,
The news comes.
There's a picture
The
of me
neighbors. Sorry, go on.
in a fucking diaper in a laundry basket with the original Game Boy, just boop boop boop. When I was like 3
oh
years
yeah,
old.
I have a whole bunch of photos of like me little just playing, like sitting down like with the PlayStation.
and try- and
or
do, like,
a
this
Game
little-
Nostalgia
Boy.
video game hour.
And then, like, those little click and plays, the fucking little Toot-Toot the car. You're trying to get
Yeah,
them by.
yeah. And the
Oh, you're talking
fucking
about the plug and
joystick.
plays?
No,
Like the-
no, the
oh.
car, like the interactive car, like the red car. They're
Oh.
like, vroom, vroom, how do I get through this situation? Like trying to.
Wait, what?
I don't remember those.
Hold on.
I can't.
Yeah,
paint
You
a
guys
picture in
talk.
my head.
Like,
what?
You know what?
like the little kid with the blue hair and the cape.
Sonic?
You guys keep talking. I'll find it.
Pajama Sam. Anyhow, it's probably a good time to.
Commander Conquer?
Shut up. It's probably a good time to do some music. If we got some songs to suggest this week for our lovely, lovely, lovely,
How the
lovely,
fuck did
lovely
you just
listeners.
get Pajama Sam? That's exactly what I was talking about.
Wait, what?
Pajama Sam.
Oh yeah, the Junior
Yeah.
Adventure games.
Oh.
Yeah. Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. Pajama
I said
Sam.
Toot-Toot.
Slylock
Yeah,
Fox.
that was
Toot-Toot.
fucking shit. Toot-Toot the car.
Toot-Toot Saves the Orphanage. It was the R-rated version.
Toot-Toot against the ozone layer.
Toot-Toot battles climate change.
Trump, it is real.
You're
Pajama Sam. Thunder and lightning aren't so frightening. Do something about the environment.
Yeah, you're talking about the old point-and-click
Yeah.
adventures.
I thought
Okay.
he was plug and play. To me means what humans call
yeah.
a plug and play, which is like
Yeah.
plug it into the TV and you have a little,
Yeah, the
little
Spider-Man
joystick.
ones and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ninja
And then
Turtles
SpongeBob
shit.
with the giant nose as his analog.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
But-
what I thought you were talking about until you said blue kid with cape.
Yeah, Pajama Sam.
When I think of Pajama Sam, like, oh, get away from the counselor! Don't let him touch you.
I don't think
was
that.
that just real life? Was I just thinking?
I'm just gonna chalk that one
I-
up as you projecting, and we're gonna move on to
I
music.
think you're just projecting from work.
Hey, the
Do
kids
you, have
asked
so,
for
do you
it.
have a song to suggest this week?
Edit that out.
I'm gonna. You guys are fucking.
I actually work at a school. I can't.
I know.
Ask for it.
Nah, well,
You can go last.
yeah, I would probably
You can
go
go
last.
last. That's okay.
I should probably just always go last.
You should probably, or just be prepared before.
No!
Same guy as last week. It's called Dick Like a Brick.
Sounds like it's a dick lick a brick.
No, it is. How do you say this name? Queen what?
Those are Roman numerals, so it's XCII,
Yeah.
which I think is 92.
Quinn 92.
But in Roman numerals.
Those are Roman numerals.
So that people can look it up, just say
XCII.
Yeah.
It's called Straight Jacket.
You showed me that song, right?
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. I liked that.
Yeah, I liked it. And don't want to talk about it.
I'm just gonna let you burn yourself out while I'm over here on my pedestal. Milo came out with a new album. Milo came out with a new album. Two new albums.
Milo and
actually.
Otis?
No, the rapper Milo that I like a lot. Came out with 2 new albums.
Is he a cat?
I missed them, and I just caught up with them recently, and they're really fucking good. So look up Stet, S-T-E-T, by Milo, and like these albums are wild. They're like, he's like, it's so different from what he used to do, and he's not like angry per se, but he definitely like has something to fucking say on the tracks. Very, very cool shit. Definitely look that up.
Okay. I was going to say the new Avenged Sevenfold album, but I can't remember its goddamn name.
Oops. Well, you'll
So-
find it. Darren links all these.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we told people, but we do link all these songs in the description. Darren finds them and gets them, so you can just click on them. You don't have to Google them
Yeah,
yourself.
I always have to search hardly
So
for...
my ribbing on Tyler was entirely uncalled for, so I really apologize for that, friend.
Fuck you.
All right.
Is it called The Stage?
Yeah, it's the newest
That
one.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Came out in 2017.
no, it just
Really
came
sad.
out. It just came out. I think they just
Oh,
got
are
one.
you talking about this one?
Yeah,
Black Rain?
Black Rain.
Okay.
That's what the album's called. It's really good.
Sweet.
I love Avenged for
You know what you should do?
What should you do, Ty? What should you do?
We should just like.
We should-
So
we
I
should
like
do.
this song. We just played the entire song. Just just put it up to the speaker for the whole entire song. All right, now Derek, your turn. It just sounds like really. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Or just we play it from the speaker across the room and just kind of sounds like
We're sitting here quietly. You can hear us kind of breathing into the mic, but the music's playing in the background. Like,
No, I like this part.
wait, this chorus slaps. Hang on. Oh wait. Oh shit, that's the copyright people. We have to.
Oh God!
Bye everyone. See you next week.
No, Derek, please.